Hello everyone, and welcome to Cosmic Peek, where we take a peek into the cosmos. For today's reading, we are going to be looking at how this upcoming May is going to go for you. We're going to be looking at your personal life, your love life, your career, some advice, and major themes of the month. There are 3 piles to choose from. Pile 1 is this pin where the girl is flipping over her desk. Pile 2 is this polar bear pin laying down. And pile 3 is this fries before guys pin. Choose the one that calls to you, which one resonates for you, and see you in your piles. Hey pile 1, for those who chose the pin where the girl is flipping over her desk, this is for you. First, we're going to look at your personal life in the month of May. You guys got the Tower in reverse, Queen of Wands in reverse, and the Magician upright. I don't know if you guys have currently been going through a hard time or a lot of change, or if that's what occurs in May, but sometime in May you're going to be dealing with the repercussions of a large change. You're going to take time out of the normal things that you do. You're going to be taking time away maybe from other people, focusing on other people, and you're really going to focus on yourself, what you want to bring in your life, what you want to manifest. And you're probably going to deepen the relationship with yourself in the month of May. Instead of focusing on outward things, outward attention, other people's opinions, you're going to be focusing on internally what you want to see in your life and what you want to manifest in your life. Next, let's look at your love life in the month of May. You guys got the 8 of Wands, the King of Wands, Temperance, and the Moon. So there's definitely a person here. I don't know if you already know this person, but if you do, this person is a Leo probably, or a fire sign with Temperance here that also represents Sagittarius, so fire sign, and the Moon represents Pisces. So they could be a Leo, a Sag, or a Pisces. But this may be hidden from you. This could be a friend maybe, or someone you work with potentially that has hidden their feelings, or maybe you're trying not to really pay attention to it yourself. But I feel like you're in communication with this person. With the 8 of Wands here, you're already speaking to this person, you already know this person, and they may have secret feelings for you, or maybe they haven't realized it themselves yet. But one thing that is sticking out is I feel like this person may be different than you in some way, either physically, maybe you guys look really different, are different races, or personality-wise, maybe this person is very fiery, very passionate, and you're not. Or it could be that because for your personal life, you may originally be this Queen of Wands energy, but because it's in reverse, you're trying to change some aspect of yourself, and this person may represent old patterns you no longer want to give into, you no longer want to deal with, and you're trying to move away from that. And that could be why you're trying to ignore this person's advancements toward you. But there is some romantic aspect here to the month of May for you. Next, let's look at your work life in the month of May. You guys got Death reversed, the World upright, 3 of Pentacles, and the Moon upright. So you guys got the Moon twice. Your love life and your work life may be connected in the month of May. Maybe you're working with this King of Wands person, this Leo, Sag, or Pisces person, and maybe that is affecting work, or maybe they have like a work crush on you or something like that. But specifically for career, I see that something else is changing in your career. I'm not saying that this doesn't mean that you're going to lose your job if you have a job, but this could be just a change. It seems like you guys are going to be working though, because the 3 of Pentacles is here, which represents working with other people. This could be some change of a cycle in regards to work. So let's say you're working already. This could be you transitioning to working with a team, working with other people, maybe even leading a team. But there is some transformation here in your work life and a completion of a cycle. This could be promotion, this could be changing departments, but there's some cyclical change that may be hidden. You may not even know of this change yet. This could happen in May where they promote you, or you get some letter saying that you're going to be transferring departments. But it does feel like a possible leveling up, something that may make you uncomfortable though. So let's say now you're working alone and transitioning to working with a team. You know, you have to change the way that you make decisions. You have to make decisions based on the team. Or let's say you're already working in a team and you become the leader of the team or the person making the bigger decisions. That's also a big change. It can be a little bit uncomfortable, but it is an improvement. So there's definitely some change for work and working with other people, talking with other people in the month of May for you. Next, let's look at major themes in the month of May for you. You guys got the moon in Sagittarius with optimism, Mercury in Aquarius with originality, and Mercury in Taurus with resistance. So in the month of May, you could be trying to stay optimistic, right? With this optimism card, Sagittarians are very optimistic. Also, you guys got Temperance, which represents optimism for your love life. So maybe this person is being optimistic with you, being optimistic for you. Maybe you come to this person about the change in your job situation and they're being very optimistic with you. It could be that, but optimism is a major theme in the month of May, along with originality. You could be very innovative at this time that you're working, maybe. Like, for example, if you become a leader in the team or just a part of a team, and the way that you think has to change a little bit. You become really original with your thoughts and your ideas, and maybe you do something that is a little different than your usual method at the job, or just something in your life you may change up, right? Because in your personal life, you guys did get the Tower in reverse, so you could be changing something major in your life, and it's probably going to be uncomfortable, right? Change is uncomfortable naturally, but remember to stay optimistic about it. And with resistance, you may initially resist this change because it's uncomfortable, but remember to keep pushing through and to keep going. And remember that the universe is working in your favor, and what may seem like a terrible change now or may seem really uncomfortable could be beneficial in the future. And finally, let's look at your advice for the month of May. You guys got Desert and Ladybug. So when I see the Desert card, I think of having to adapt, right? Let's say you're stranded in a desert somewhere. There's not a lot of resources there. There's not a lot to really do, right? And you have to adapt to that. And if we think about the creatures that live in the desert, right? The scorpion has to have that hard shell in order to protect itself from the heat. So you may have to adapt in some way because of the big changes happening in May. You may have to change the way that you think or the way that you do things, the methods that you use, but it is completely possible for you to adapt to the situations that you're put in, and you're completely capable of having to change some things around. And then with Ladybug is, it's about miracles, right? So the story behind the card Ladybug is way back in time when farmers were starting to grow their crops. These pests came and were eating their crops, destroying their crops, and that's how farmers make their money and how farmers feed their family, right? And so they prayed to a goddess, and what ended up happening is a ladybug, or a lot of ladybugs end up coming, and they may have initially thought, oh, now there's more pests, more little insects to destroy our crops, but what the ladybugs did was the ladybugs ate the insects that were destroying their crops. So the ladybug was a miracle to them, but it may not have looked that way at first. So in regards to your life in the month of May, those changes that come may seem initially bad, but in the end, they're miracles, right? And just remember, again, to stay optimistic, because what may come as difficulty now or seem problematic could be really beneficial in the end. And that's what I see for you, Pile 1. Hopefully you enjoyed this reading and enjoy your May. See you next time. Bye. Hey, Pile 2, for those who chose the little polar bear laying down, this reading is for you. And first, let's look into your personal life for the month of May. You guys got the Five of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, and the Seven of Cups. So I'm seeing this as a progression over time. Either right now you're currently in this Five of Pentacles energy, this lack energy, or that's the energy you will be in the beginning of May, where maybe you're feeling alone, or you're feeling things like, maybe you're feeling like things aren't going well for you. You just feel very lack mindset. But towards the middle of May, or if you're already in this energy, the beginning of May will feel like Ace of Wands to you, where that spark of creativity will come back to you. You'll feel like things are looking better for you. Maybe some excitement comes to your life, or just your mood changes and you're happier, right? It's kind of like you know how in the wintertime people are more sad, but when spring comes around, people become happier. It's like that, like where May is your beginning of springtime for you, and you start seeing the light and you start feeling happier and the sun is shining. And then by the end of May or throughout May, you get in the Seven of Cups energy, where it's just like you have a lot of things going for yourself and you have a lot of options to choose from, and things are looking better from the middle to the end of May. Next, let's look at your love life in the month of May. You guys got Justice reversed, the Page of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, and the World. With the Justice reversed, you may feel some type of imbalance with your love life, but also the way this card looks, I'm being drawn to the way that the reflection is looking, and it kind of feels like someone may be watching you, especially with this Page of Cups here. You may have an admirer in the month of May, where someone is watching you, or you're watching someone, or it's reciprocated and you guys are both kind of giving like flirty looks at each other, daydreaming about each other. But one thing I do feel like is this person is connected with work. With the Eight of Pentacles, this crush, it kind of feels like, you know, a Page of Cups gives me the vibe of like a school crush, you know, like when you're in school and you have a crush on someone and it's hard to focus because you're constantly daydreaming about someone, or you're constantly thinking about that person, and that may be what's causing you to feel not balanced, right? Because you're so focused on this person and they're like taking up your time and your mind. They're living rent free in your head, so that could be making you feel imbalanced. But definitely you may know this person through work, and it's reminding me of like that school crush. With the World though, even though this may start off as a crush, I feel like by the end of May there's some finality to the relationship, either where you guys make a decision and you guys confront one another like, hey, I have a crush on you, do you want to go out? Or I like you, do you like me? Or you guys decide to just stay strictly focused on work and not get involved because you want to focus on work and not get your love life and your work life intertwined. But definitely the beginning to the middle of May, there's some level of crush energy here, or like romantic energy, and it is making you feel a little imbalanced. For your work, you guys got Page of Cups again, so I definitely feel like this person that is involved in your love life in May is also, you work with them, because Page of Cups came twice. So this person could be a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, or very dreamy, or that's how you feel towards them. For your work life in May, you guys also got Judgment in reverse, Justice in reverse again. Definitely some level of imbalance. It could be that this person is making you feel imbalanced, you know, maybe if, you know, they like see you and you kind of like trying to hide from them because maybe they make you feel uncomfortable, or you're just really shy. You guys also got the Six of Wands, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and the Ten of Wands. With the Ten of Wands, you see how the person is like covering their face with all of these wands? That's how I feel like your energy might be, right? This person may make you like blush or just feel really shy, and to the point where you try to like hide from them or try to like avoid them, because they make you feel like unstable. With the Queen of Pentacles and Justice in reverse, that's very unstable energy. So, but your work life looks good though. With the Six of Wands, there's some level of recognition. So either you feel like this person looks at you a lot and that makes you kind of shy, or you're literally being recognized for something that you do in work. Maybe you're changing something that you do in work, you're being really innovative at work possibly, and it's making people look at you and getting you attention and recognition. Maybe you get recognition at work and your bosses like compliment you in front of everyone in a meeting, and that's how this person initially starts giving you attention and looking at you and noticing you, and that's what's making you kind of uncomfortable. Like maybe you're not used to all this attention, but there's definitely some level of recognition that makes you kind of nervous or unstable, or just you're not used to that attention being put on you. Next, let's look at the major themes of your life in May. You guys got the Sun in Leo with Fortune, definitely some attention on you with Leo energy, and because it's Sun, that's like all eyes on you. So maybe there's just a lot of attention on you. It could be that it's not just work, but maybe people are noticing you outside of work as well. Maybe you're getting complimented on the street, but there's definitely a lot of attention on you in the month of May. You guys also got organization with Mercury in Capricorn, and idealism with Sun in Aquarius. So you may be very organized at work, and maybe that's what you're complimented on and getting recognized for at work. Maybe you're always doing your job perfectly. There's never any mistakes. You're always on time, very punctual. Everything is orderly and organized, and maybe that's why you're getting recognized at work for your work ethic. With Sun in Aquarius with idealism, you could be very Aquarian in your ways of working, maybe very innovative, kind of eccentric. Maybe the way that you're working is you're doing things differently than usual. You're thinking outside of the box, doing things maybe unconventionally, but they end up working out for you, right? Because you guys got the Six of Wands. So maybe your weird way of doing things is beneficial, and it gives you recognition and appreciation, and you're making big moves in your life. But definitely that recognition is just really pointing out, because you guys got the Six of Wands and the Sun in Leo. It just feels like a lot of attention is going to be on you, and it may make you feel like you want to hide a little bit. So get ready for that, pile 2. And finally, let's look at some advice for you for the month of May. You guys got Divine Feminine, Peacock, and Seashell. With Divine Feminine, it's making me think of creativity, and maybe the way that you're doing things is very creative. You're in the receiving energy of receiving ideas, receiving compliments. You're being very attractive, right? Which is why all that attention is being drawn to you, especially with Peacock and Seashell and the intricacies of the seashell and the different colors of the peacock, right? Those are both things that people look at in awe. So you may be looked at in awe in the month of May a lot. Also, with peacocks can eat poisonous plants and still survive. And so in work, for example, how I was talking about the innovativeness and you doing things possibly unconventionally, you may take something that seems negative or that seems, just mundane, and turn it into something beautiful. Also with Seashell is all about spiritual improvement and believing in yourself. And so that could be some advice for the month of May too. So even if you're getting all this attention and it's making you uncomfortable, just realize that you are worthy of that attention. You completely deserve the attention. Don't shy away from it too much, but revel in your eccentric ways and the way that you do things and the different ideas that you come up with, even if they're unconventional, right? It still makes you very unique and stand out, and don't shy away too much from the attention. But that's what I see for you, pile 2. Hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully you enjoy your month of May. Bye. See you next time. Hey, pile 3, for those who chose the Fries Before Guys pin, this is your reading. And first, let's start off with your personal life in the month of May. You guys got the Three of Pentacles in reverse, the Six of Pentacles upright, and the Hermit upright. I feel like in the past, you guys may have focused too much on other people, putting other people's wants, other people's needs before your own. And in May, this is all changing. And that's not to say you're becoming selfish and ignoring other people's wants or pushing aside their desires, but you're just balancing it out with the Six of Pentacles. Equal give and take, reciprocity. So what people give you is what you give them, and vice versa. You're just becoming very balanced in the way that you interact with people, making sure that you are also receiving things and you're not the only person giving out things. Also, with the Hermit, you may use this time in May to focus on self, what you want, take some you time to, take a break from people, kind of go in hermit mode, figure out what you desire, what your goals are, what you want in life, and kind of start that preparation of finding out who you are on a deeper level. So in the future, you know what to work towards and you know what to go after. But I definitely feel like the month of May is your you month. It's where you're focused on yourself and you're being a little selfish, but I don't consider it selfishness, right? You have to take care of yourself before you can, take care of others. You have to pour into your own cup before you can pour into others. Kind of like that idea of like when you're on a plane and how they say put your own oxygen mask on before you put others on. And that's what you're doing in the month of May for yourself. Next, let's look at your love life. You guys got the Nine of Wands, the Page of Wands, and the Magician. I feel like there's not much going on in your love life because you're focused on yourself, right? So it's not that you are avoiding love. It's just that, you may be a little open to it, right? The Nine of Wands shows kind of resistant energy and being a little defensive. But in other depictions of the Nine of Wands, the little fence that she barricades herself with is much taller. But in this one, it's only at her knees to where she can step over it if she wants to. So I feel like as far as love, you guys may be open to it. You're just not pursuing it. You're not actively looking for it. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And that's the energy you guys are in. I still feel like you're having fun though, right? With the Page of Wands, she's alone, but she's still having fun, right? She's throwing up her wand. Looks like she's in a joyful mood. And I feel like love life wise, you guys are just mainly focusing on what you want to attract. With the Magician, you guys are focusing on what you want to manifest. So maybe if you've been attracting some lovers in the past that you're not happy with, you're focusing on yourself, you're doing the inner work to see why you keep attracting them, why you keep accepting their love offers, and you're changing that, right? Instead of maybe having selfish lovers in the past, you don't want that. You want someone who has equal give and take, just like you're learning in the month of May, right? So your love life, you're just focusing on what you want to bring into your life, what you want to manifest, especially in love, what kind of partner you want, the kind of personality traits you want them to have, and things like that, where they vibrate on a level much similar to you. That's what your love life can be like this May. Next, let's look at your work life. You guys got the Five of Pentacles in reverse, the High Priestess in reverse, the Two of Swords in reverse, and the Ten of Pentacles upright. With the change from the Five of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles, I feel like maybe in the past with work, you felt like there was lack there. Maybe you weren't making a lot of money, or you just felt alone, or maybe you didn't have a job. But in the month of May, I see that really improving for you from going to Five of Pentacles to 10, and 10 is very abundant, right? And it's not only about money, but family and stability. I feel like you're going to become much more stable as far as your work life. Either that's you enjoying your job, enjoying what you do, or physically making more money. And I feel like that stems from a mindset shift you have in the month of May. Whereas maybe before you're really stressed about work, what's going to happen? Am I going to find a job? And there's some shift in May where you decide to just go with the flow. not really think about things too much, not focus on what's going to happen or the factuals there. You just go off of what you're feeling and go with the flow instead of, having to know everything, having to know how everything is going to turn out. You just release that. So for example, let's say you don't have a job right now. Maybe in the month of May, you start putting applications out there, and instead of stressing over, did they send me an email? Did they say, did I get the job yet? You just kind of put in the application, let it go, and you just flow with the rest of your life instead of focusing on that specific application. And then that's when you end up getting the job. Or let's say you're working on a project at work, and in the past you've been really stressed on it. How is this going to work? Nothing's going right for this specific project. But once you take some time off of that project and you let yourself relax and you just allow yourself to enjoy life, that is when an idea may come to you that is beneficial for that project where things end up working out. But there's definitely a shift in the month of May for your work where you go from lack to abundant energy. Next, let's look at major themes of the month of May for you. You guys got power with Moon in Scorpio, discovery with Mercury in Sagittarius, and isolation with Saturn in Virgo. With power, I feel like you guys are really finding your internal power in the month of May, like I was saying, with how you're not focusing on other people and their desires, but focusing on yourself and realizing you have the power to change what you attract in life and the energies that you feel. And instead of giving other people the power to affect you, and realizing that you yourself have the power to affect how you feel. And that is a major shift in the month of May. With discovery, I feel like you guys are discovering how to have fun again, how to live life, how to create your own fun. Instead of relying on other people to bring enjoyment to your life, you're doing that for yourself. Whether that is you taking time off, taking days off to have a self-care day, or just taking a walk in your area, going on a hike, whatever is fun to you, you start getting back into that energy of finding what you enjoy, finding what you love, and continuing that, and maybe turning it into a practice, a routine that you continually keep up, after May ends. And then with isolation, that leads back to that initial hermit energy you guys have of just learning to be alone and isolated, but still have fun. Again, it's you creating your own fun instead of relying on other people. I feel like that's a major lesson you're learning possibly now, but really finalizes in the month of May, of that it's okay to be alone and it's okay to, create your own fun, and you don't have to rely on other people for anything, really. And finally, let's look at some advice for the month of May. You guys got the Sun card and Moth. So when we think of the sun, right, the sun, the planets revolve around the sun. The sun is the central attention, and I feel like that's what you're becoming in the month of May. Like I said, you're becoming a little selfish and focusing in on yourself, not really worried about other people, right? The sun is just doing its own thing. It's not worried about if the planets are revolving around it, and that's the energy, that's the energy Spirit is saying you should be in, not really focusing on other people, but focusing on yourself, finding your own energy, finding your own vibrancy and what makes you happy and what makes you shine brighter. Also, I think it's interesting that you guys got the sun and the moth, right? Because the moth is drawn to flame, to light, which would be the sun. And it's like you are attracting, good energy, just being yourself, just going to your own thing, dancing to the own beat of your drum. Moth also talks about clairvoyance. So even maybe in this time where you're focusing on yourself, your intuition becomes stronger, right? Because you're just trusting, you're going with the flow, you're not focusing too much on facts but feeling, and that may strengthen your clairvoyance, strengthen your intuition to where you can easily make decisions now, you can trust yourself more. And also with becoming the sun, with focusing on yourself, you can also help other people by them seeing you focusing on yourself and how happy it's making you and how you seem lighter and brighter, can cause them to do the same, right? They can say, oh wow, look at them, and they're happy and they're focusing on themselves, and they're not just following everyone else. And they said no to someone asking them to go out because they're just gonna have a day to themselves. Oh, I'm gonna do that too, right? So you may influence other people to do the same and then find their own light. So By you focusing on yourself, you can also benefit other people and allow them to focus on themselves as well. But that's what I see for you, pile 3. Hopefully you enjoyed the reading, and hopefully you enjoy your you time in the month of May. See you next time. Bye.